What? How y'all guys doing? What's going on? What's going on? It's author Dr. Natalie M Kennedy coming to you. Did you get the dolphin's tail? Okay, so we talked about the dolphin's tail. I told you a little bit about the dolphin's tail. I told you I'd take you a little bit on my journey on the shadow cat. The shadow cat. That's one of my books. Yeah, it is my Shadow Cat, and I'm going to talk a little bit about all of my books. All of my books. I'm going to be reading the Shadow Cat in February to a school, so I'm really excited about that. I've actually actually read the Shadow Cat several times. It was illustrated by a friend of mine named Dawn, and she's a digital creator, graphic designer. And so we worked on that together. So the illustrations in the Shadow Cat is by her, but the words were by me. And what happened was one day, a friend of mine who I guess has ventured out and doing his own thing, was mentioning something about something that we saw, that he saw, a stuffed animal that we were all collaborating together at a collective here in Tampa, and said, that would be a great story. And I looked at the stuffed animal, and I looked at him, and I was like, yeah. So I wrote the story, right? I wrote the story, tweaked it a little bit, and I wanted to collaborate because I was like, hey, collaboration is the thing. People people don't want to do that no more. They just want their own thing, forget about you, yada yada yada. Anyway, of course the Asians don't do it, the Koreans don't do it, the Africa anyway, other people don't do it, but for some strange reasons, United States of Americans just find it that I'm going to do my own thing and forget about you. Anyway, that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. So I was really excited about it. So I was like, I'm going to write the story, which I did, and then and the Shadow Cat is about looking at yourself and figuring out what you want to be, who you want to be. And I when I was a kid, I was like, I want to be a baker, I want to be a singer, I want to be this, I want to be that. So that's how that was kind of written. I was like giving out my dream in this book of what I wanted to be. Amen. Yeah. So so I wanted to collaborate with the stuffed animal who looked like a cat, right? And the person who gave me the ideal. And I was like, you make those stuffed animals, we'll box it, and we'll put the book together. But that person didn't have the excitement, didn't have, I guess maybe didn't have the energy, because they were like, what? I was like, we put the book together with this box, stuffed animals, and the stuffed animals was great. They were just, the cat looking, no face. And that gave me the idea, hey, looking at this cat with no face, you can be what you want to be. And that's how the Shadow Cat was written. You can get that at nataliemkennedy.com, an autographed copy, or you can get it at Amazon by putting in, even with Rufus, you can put in books by Natalie M Kennedy, and the Shadow Cat should come up. Yes, it's 1669. I think I did that for the date of my birth and year and all that, my age, something I did to make that amount. But you can do whatever you want to do when you're making the cost of your book. You remember, and that's what we're going to talk about right now real quick. The cost of your book is the time that you put into it. If you need to give some money to other people, so you're going to have to ration out some money, and just all the worth that you feel that book should be. That's how you should make the cost of the book, right? Some people make it $5.99 because it's just 10 pages, and some people make it $29.99. We have The Look, which is in Switching Up Styles right now. That book is $50, but it is a great book. It really should be a little bit more. It's a hardback book. It's by Michelle Obama. It should be a little bit more, but she put it at $50. We're selling at $49.99 at Switching Up Styles in the Tampa Bay area, West Shore Plaza, and the boutique. It's available for you right there, $49.99 with a 10% discount. But anyway, the piece is, what is the worth of your book to you that you hope will sell for others? Now, I know someone, they have a great book out, and it was very small, not many pages, and they said $20. When they told me $20, I looked at them and said, ooh, that's going to be a hard sale. I just looked at them and said that, but definitely a hard sale. So you almost have to be, especially children's books, you got to be below that. You really, really do. And this book, I don't know what it was, a mental health book, kind of, sort of. It was $20. I don't know. A lot of people, when they say over $20 for some books that they've written, if it ain't a novel or a self-care book that's over 100 pages, nah. Anyway, the worth of the book to you is what you should price it to. That's all I'm saying. I did give some little negative feedback there, but it all comes to you and the worth that you feel. 1669, I thought was a great price. I think the most my books that I have You Are Covered. That's $17 because it was a lot that was put into that book. But then all the rest of my books are $15. I got one book that's $14.99. That's only because I didn't know. But the pieces, what's the worth that you feel that you've put into it, and your thoughts and your blood and your sweat, that you think that you should put it up to sell to others. All right, you know how this is. Author Dr. Natalie M Kennedy coming to you. Yes, I love you. I love you. And if you see me out, I'm going to try to do some vending, but it's been rough because I've been going in a slump here and there. I'm writing on 2 other books right now. So the piece is, if you see me out there, say hi. You don't have to buy a book. Just say hi. Say I saw you on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you might see me. Facebook, and just say hi. Let's chat. And if there's anything I can do for you, I do have my consultant, Kennedy Inspired Solutions, and we can go from there. And let me help you out. So you help me, I help you. Whatever. Let's write. Keep writing. Keep feeling that experience, and don't forget to share your story because it's being raised every day. All right. You know who this is, author Dr. Natalie M Kennedy, and you know what? I'm going to see you, whether you like it or not, in my next video.